Alright, hello. I got a good thumbnail up here. This will get the guys tuning into this video. Room 237. I'm going to talk about it very, very quickly. The reason why I'm doing this video is I don't have time to do it tonight, so I just whipped in real quick so I could do this video, because I just remembered why I was looking at Twitter in a previous video, okay? So let me do all the connections, and it all ties back into room 237 as well. That's why I've got this up here. And we'll just go through the numbers very, very quickly, okay? So why was the other day, I was looking at Tweety Pie to do with Madonna, okay? I was looking at this November the 21st date, and of course, within here, there's various dates that you can pick out for the first appearance, the birthday of Tweety Pie here. And August the 19th is another one of those dates, which ties in with Matthew Perry, who heavily ties to the Hoover Dam. And obviously that date there heavily ties with Madonna's date, because obviously you got 3 days apart, and, with the idea of death and rebirth and connecting the physical with the metaphysical, and the idea of, Mary and Christ, the resurrection, all these things. And you can also flip that number around and make Madonna's birthday numbers. So all interesting stuff. But why was I looking at Tweety? I couldn't remember in the video. I'm like, I can't remember why I actually was looking at Twitter and Tweety Pie, because there's obviously this connection with the idea of Tweety Pie, and this company right here, well, Twitter, okay, which is now X, okay. So just look at the symbolism that's happened there. This is the Holy Spirit, or the divine, Mary, okay, the metaphysical, the divine metaphysical, turning into what? The eclipse. Yeah, X marks the spot of the eclipse this year. 48. This is the eclipse. Yeah, going into the dark room. Okay. So again, we've got this transfer of going into an unholy metaphysical, which is what brings me to this scene in... Oh, hang on a minute. Before I go to the scene here, so this connection here that I was thinking about, before I forget again, this connection with this, why was I looking at this? Because in Back to the Future, when Marty's going to make that leap back to 1:24 in the morning, which is what he's typing in right here when he changes the time circuits. Obviously, tomorrow is 1:24 on the old calendar. So he's typing that in on the time circuits, the time of the day, 1:24 in the morning. He's parked right here by this sign for the Bluebird Motel. Okay, and the Bluebird, obviously, the Bluebird is the Twitter. Okay, so he makes the leap back. Where does he make the leap back? Marty makes the leap back, and here's the lightning that's come across on the wire, across the street, into the DeLorean, and he's made the leap back, but we've got a lot of stuff going on right here. Obviously, the Western Auto 9 is up here on the wall somewhere, on one of these buildings. And what we also have is the Bluebird Motel. Okay, this is the motel right here. You can just see the corner of the sign. So he's making that leap back right at the motel. Okay, so we got to look at numbers and stuff that surround Twitter. So we're going to look at the three important numbers that surround this thing. Okay, so if you watch my other video, when he makes that leap back to the present time, 1985, okay, when he actually arrives, the clock is on. Actually, we could probably go to it very, very quickly. I don't know which one this is in, though. The clock is on, well, boy oh boy, I don't really want to spend ages looking for it, because I just want it to be a really short video. Can we get the clock? In fact, it's just in my previous video, and thanks for the shout out to We Seek, We Find. He just put it in one of his videos as well. Oh, come on. Get to it. You're losing people here, Dan, with this. Okay, here it is. Okay, so When he actually makes a leap back, it's 1:23 on the Bank of America clock, okay? Today is 1:23. Tomorrow will be 1:24, the time that he typed in to the DeLorean, okay? And this changes fairly rapidly to 1:24 or 1:24, okay? So that is important. Now let's look at all these numbers to do with Twitter, okay? So we've got some dates here with Twitter. Let me get to it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, first thing is, when does Elon buy Twitter, okay, or acquire Twitter? April the 14th. That is the 104th day of the year, if I'm getting my stuff right, in a normal year. 104. 10:04 is what is on the clock tower. Okay, so that's important. When was it rebranded to Twitter? When was Twitter rebranded to X? Okay, July the 23rd, 2023. Okay, so 237, room 237 is when this occurs. When it goes from this, to the rebrand. When we go into this thing, room 237. Okay, this is what takes me to The Shining, room 237. Okay, it looks good on the surface. Okay, it's divine as long as we don't mess with it. Okay, once we mess with it, once we go into it, so to speak, it turns into this. Okay, this is what it turns into, the old hag. This is what we have going on with Twitter. It turns from the divine into the old hag here, into the Death Star. Okay, so this is what we've got going on within that scene. For those of you that follow me and know what this decode chart is all about, let me show you some stuff on it real quick that all ties this together. So, let's go to brushes. Okay, so here's Lucas numbers. Okay, we come across this row here. This is like, I don't want to say it's the most important row, but it's got a lot of significance to do with Pluto and everything that's going on. Okay. Anyway, when we come to the 10th column here, we're looking at 1, 2, 3 for the number. 10 is a restart of the cycle. Okay. When you count up to 10, yeah, 10 starts the cycle over again. Okay. As soon as you get to 10, it's the end of one cycle, the beginning of another cycle. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1 is the total up to this point. Okay, so we have that in today's date. Fascinating. Okay, let's talk about the numbers now. So that number is on that clock, okay, on the Bank of America clock. We can also pull out this number. Let me put a box in here. We can also pull out this number right here. Okay, this sequence I call the pi sequence because it just starts with 314. Okay, it's not the actual numbers of pi, but it's a Fibonacci type sequence that just starts with the number 3. Okay, check this out: 591, 195 in reverse in the mirror. Okay, and don't forget that number, the 123 that's on the clock, has that mirror reflection that pulls this number from it. Okay, it's super fascinating, and it's on the clock tower. I'll show you why that's relevant in just a second, because all these numbers are on the clock, basically on the clock tower there. Okay, so what we have opposite that number, kind of, is room 237. Just merge the 23 and the 37 here, and we've got room 237 opposite this 195. Okay, I would highly suggest you go watch We Seek, We Find for all these 195 references. Okay, but anyway, let me show you why those two things are super duper relevant. Now, let me draw this in to do with Back to the Future. Okay, let me draw the clock tower in here. So there's the clock tower. Okay, and then let's put the clock face in it. Okay, so the time on the clock, 10:04, we have the numerology right there for that. And then what happens in the actual film is lightning comes down. Let me make this a bit bigger. This 55 here, if we stylize the 55, 5, 5, the ZZ top, if we stylize that 55, it's coming down as lightning, hitting the top of the clock tower here, and it comes through, look at these numbers here, 911, that lightning comes through 911 over to the lamppost over here. Yeah, 5-1 Mayday is the lamppost, okay? People go around that thing on Mayday as a circle at the top, depending on what type of maypole it is, and it has a, you know, it's a phallic symbol, okay? 5-1 Mayday is the day that people dance around that pole. The lamppost is the maypole. Okay, anyway, check out the 516 here, Pierce Brosnan's birthday. You can flip that as well to get your 519 again. Pierce Brosnan's birthday, he does the dam jump in GoldenEye, okay? And this is what this is all about. It's about coming out of the Matrix, about coming out of the dam, okay? That dam has to break, you know, has to break in order for us to be reborn out of the Matrix, out of that old hag, yeah, in the bathroom. So here is our, this is an interesting date here, but, you know, and we have our interesting dates here tying into the clock face and our room 237 here. But this is the clock tower in Back to the Future, 55, okay, 1955. This is why Doc says there's something about that date in 1955, okay? And here's our 88 miles an hour, okay? This is the Twin Towers here, these two columns here. I've got them in red and blue, okay? So that's it for the video. I think I've covered everything in there. Just super interesting, and for the life of me, the other night I couldn't remember why I was looking at Twitter, but then it just came back to me. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you on another video soon. Alright, cheers, bye.